Today I want to give you a key. It's not a physical key, but rather an idea, a mindset that can unlock the door to a reality where the word impossible doesn't exist. This idea is the belief that with the right mindset, discipline, and action, nothing is out of your reach. Let me tell you a story about a person who is like someone here today. This individual faced a challenge that, to many, seemed insurmountable. They were at a point in life where the odds were stacked against them, where every turn seemed to lead to another dead end. But instead of giving in, they chose to see these obstacles not as barriers, but as stepping stones. Each step taken was a lesson learned, each failure a moment of growth. Through sheer determination, discipline, and a shift in mindset, they transformed their once impossible dreams into reality. This person is not a superhero or a character from a fairy tale. They are real, and their story is a testament to the power of belief and action. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever faced a moment in your life where you felt something was impossible? Have you ever looked at your dreams and thought, that's too far out of reach? If your answer is yes, you're not alone. We've all been there. But the difference between those who overcome the impossible and those who remain stuck is not some innate talent or luck. It's the mindset. It's the unwavering belief that nothing is truly out of reach if we're willing to put in the work. I want you to keep this in mind. Our focus will not be on the grandeur of the end goal, but on the small, disciplined steps we can take towards it. The impossible is only so until it's done. And to do it, we must start with the belief that we can. So the story of the person who overcame their impossibles, think about your own perceived limitations. Are they truly barriers, or have we simply not found the right key to unlock them, find our key and open the door to a world where nothing is impossible? At the heart of every great achievement lies a powerful force, not seen by the eye but felt by the heart. This force is the mindset of possibility. It's the bedrock upon which all great endeavors are built, the starting line where the race toward the impossible begins. The truth is, every person who has achieved something of significance started with a simple belief, the belief in the possibility of their dreams. Consider the story of a young inventor faced with ridicule and disbelief at every turn. His idea was simple yet revolutionary, to create a device that could transmit sound over great distances. Time and time again, he was told it was impossible, a fool's errand. Yet his belief in the possibility of his invention never wavered. That young inventor was Alexander Graham Bell, and his invention was the telephone. Bell's mindset transformed the world, all because he saw possibility where others saw impossibility. But how do we cultivate such a mindset? How do we train our minds to see opportunity where others see obstacles? The first step is to understand that our thoughts shape our reality. Begin each day with a positive affirmation. Look yourself in the mirror and say, today, I am capable of achieving greatness. It may seem simple, but this act of self-affirmation sets the tone for your day, for your mind to operate from a place of possibility. Visualization is another powerful tool in your arsenal. Picture yourself achieving your goals, not as a distant dream, but as a near certainty. Visualize the steps you need to take, the obstacles you might face, and see yourself overcoming them. This exercise not only prepares you for the journey ahead, but reinforces the belief that your goals are achievable. Another key element is to learn from those who have walked this path before us. Role models serve as living proof that the impossible can be made possible. Study their lives, their failures, and their successes. Understand that they, too, faced moments of doubt and despair, but their belief in the possibility of their dreams propelled them forward. Let their stories inspire you. Let their journeys remind you that no dream is too big, no goal too unreachable. But perhaps the most important advice I can offer is this. Embrace a growth mindset. Understand that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but a stepping stone on the path to success. When faced with a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This mindset shift from seeing failure as an endpoint to viewing it as a part of the learning process is fundamental in achieving what seems impossible. Remember that the mindset of possibility is not a gift bestowed upon a lucky few. It is a choice, a commitment to see the world not as it is, but as it could be. It's the decision to focus on how can I rather than I can't. So I challenge you today to adopt this mindset. Begin with small steps. Affirm your potential. Visualize your success. Learn from those who inspire you and embrace every failure as a lesson. Make the impossible possible, not by waiting for the world to change, but by changing how we see the world. With a mindset of possibility, there are no limits to what we can achieve. The only question that remains is, what will you choose to see? Possibility or impossibility. The choice, my friends, is entirely yours. Discipline stands as your unwavering ally. It's the bridge between setting goals and reaching them, the structured path through which dreams are navigated into reality. Imagine discipline not as a chain that binds you, but as the sails that propel your ship forward, even against the most challenging winds. Let me tell you a story that encapsulates the essence of discipline. There was once a young artist who aspired to create a masterpiece that would be remembered for ages. Yet he struggled, caught in a web of inconsistent effort and fleeting inspiration. It was only when he embraced discipline, setting aside time each day to hone his craft, regardless of his mood or muse, that his vision slowly started to materialize. This masterpiece, which began as a series of disciplined daily efforts, eventually became one of the most celebrated paintings in history. The artist was none other than Michelangelo, and the masterpiece was the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo's discipline in action transformed the impossible canvas into a timeless piece of art. Now, how can we apply this discipline to our goals? The first step is goal setting, a process that should be approached with both ambition and realism. Begin by identifying a goal that ignites your passion, a goal so compelling that it draws you towards it. But remember, the goal itself is just the destination. Discipline is the journey. Once your goal is set, planning becomes crucial. Break down your grand goal into smaller, manageable tasks. These tasks are your stepping stones. Just as Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel, one brushstroke at a time, approach your goal one step at a time. Each completed task is a small victory, a moment of progress on your larger journey. Create a routine. Establish a daily routine that allocates specific times for working towards your goal. Like clockwork, let these times be sacred, reserved for nothing but progress. To measure your progress. Keep a journal or a chart that tracks your advancements. Visual progress is a powerful motivator, reminding you that the path you're on is leading somewhere significant. Understand that discipline is not about rigidity. If a particular approach isn't working, be disciplined enough to adjust your plan. Flexibility within the framework of discipline ensures that you are always moving forward, even if the path shifts. Seek accountabilities. Share your goals with someone you trust. Accountability can significantly enhance your discipline. Knowing someone else is cheering for you or even relying on you can be the push you need on the days when discipline wanes. Reward yourself. Set milestones within your goal and reward yourself upon reaching them. These rewards are not just celebrations of progress, but also reminders of your discipline and dedication. Remember, it's not about never faltering, but about how many times you're willing to stand up again. It's about the quiet moments when you choose to keep going even when no one else is watching. In the narrative of your life, let discipline be the hero. Let it be the force that drives you through storms and still waters alike. With unwavering discipline, goal-setting, planning, execution, you will find that what once seemed impossible becomes not only possible, but inevitable. What step can you take today, however small, that will move you closer to your goal? Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step taken with intention and discipline. Each chapter filled with attempts and endeavors, there's a common antagonist that we all face. Failure. But what if I told you that this adversary isn't as fearsome as it appears? What if failure in its essence is merely a guidepost directing us towards success? Consider the story of a young cartoonist, his dreams filled with creating worlds of wonder and joy. Yet he faced rejection after rejection, each one a stark message that his creations weren't good enough. This man, Walt Disney, was once fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no good idea. Imagine the creator of Mickey Mouse in Disneyland, seen as lacking imagination. But Disney didn't let failure define him. Instead, he learned from each setback, refined his vision, and pursued his passion with even greater determination. Today, his legacy is a testament to the fact that failure is not the end, but a part of the journey to greatness. Now, how do we learn from failure? How do we turn our setbacks into springboards for success? First, it's crucial to detach failure from our self-worth. A setback, a project gone awry, or a missed opportunity does not diminish our value or capabilities. It's a moment, not a lifetime. Understanding this helps us view failure as a lesson rather than a sentence. Next, approach each failure with a curious mind. Ask yourself, what can this teach me? Instead of wallowing in the what ifs, focus on the what now. Every great invention, every breakthrough comes from a process of trial and error, a series of adjustments and learnings. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His relentless curiosity and refusal to see failure as defeat led to inventions that changed the world. Share your experiences with others. Often, we hide our failures, viewing them as personal flaws that must be concealed. However, sharing our setbacks can not only help others learn, but also provide us with perspectives we might not have considered. It builds resilience and a sense of community, reminding us that we're not alone in our struggles. Remember to also set aside time for reflection. After facing a setback, instead of rushing into the next endeavor, pause, reflect on what happened, why it happened, and how you can adjust your approach moving forward. This reflection turns failure into a powerful tool for growth. Embrace failure as part of the process. The road to achieving the impossible is paved with trials and errors. Each step forward may come with 2 steps back, but it's these steps back that allow us to leap further ahead than we thought possible. So as we navigate through our endeavors, redefine our relationship with failure. See it not as a shadow looming over our ambitions, but as a beacon guiding us towards a brighter, more successful future. With each failure, we grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient, and it's with this strength, wisdom, and resilience that we turn the impossible into the possible. In the mosaic of human achievement, each tile represents moments of triumph, innovation, and breakthroughs. But the ground holding these tiles together, often unseen yet indispensable, is persistence. Persistence is the silent force that turns setbacks into successes and dreams into realities. It's the ability to maintain action, regardless of your feelings. You press on even when you feel like quitting. This persistence is what separates the doers from the dreamers, the realized dreams from the fleeting thoughts. Take the story of a young man who had a dream to revolutionize personal computing. His journey was fraught with challenges, failures, and setbacks. He was ousted from the very company he founded, yet he persisted, continued to innovate, and eventually returned to lead that company to become one of the most valuable in the world. This man, Steve Jobs, exemplified persistence. His story teaches us that success isn't a straight line, but a winding path with peaks and valleys. Or consider the journey of a woman who, living in near poverty, wrote a book that she believed in with all her heart. She faced rejection after rejection from publishers, yet she persisted. Today, J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter series have enchanted millions worldwide, reminding us that the magic of persistence can turn the most humble beginnings into tales of success that inspire generations. So how can we cultivate this indispensable trait of persistence? How can we keep pushing forward when everything in us wants to give up? First, always remember your why. Your why is the powerful reason behind your goals. It's the fuel for your persistence engine. When you're clear about why you're doing what you're doing, the how becomes more manageable. In moments of doubt or difficulty, remind yourself of your why. Let it be the light that guides you through the darkness of discouragement. Second, set small, achievable goals. Progress, no matter how small, is progress. Celebrate every step forward, every minor victory. These small wins accumulate and build momentum, making the journey less daunting and more manageable. Third, embrace setbacks as learning opportunities. Each setback is a lesson in disguise, teaching us invaluable insights we wouldn't have gained otherwise. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Use this knowledge to adjust your approach and strategies, making you more resilient and better equipped for future challenges. Fourth, find a support system. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who support your dreams, and who can offer encouragement when you need it most. Just as a single twig breaks easily, but a bundle of twigs is strong, a support system can provide the strength you need to persist. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself during the journey. Understand that being persistent doesn't mean being perfect. Allow yourself grace in moments of failure or doubt. Remember, persistence is not just about how hard you push through obstacles, but also about how gently you guide yourself through the emotional landscape of pursuing your dreams. Let us all embrace persistence as our most trusted companion on the journey toward our goals. It's the persistence in the face of obstacles, the refusal to give up despite the odds, that truly shapes our destinies. Remember the stories of those who came before us, whose persistence in the face of adversity has left an indelible mark on the world. When the path seems insurmountable, when the night seems darkest, hold fast to your dreams with unwavering persistence. For it is in these moments, in the relentless pursuit of our goals, that we find not only success, but also the true measure of our strength and character. Let persistence be your beacon, guiding you to the shores of your most cherished dreams. I want you to pause and reflect on the ground we've covered, the stories we've shared, and the insights we've unearthed together. We embarked on a voyage not across the seas, but within the vast expanse of our potential, exploring territories marked impossible on conventional maps. Can we commence with the cornerstone of all achievement, the mindset of possibility? Like the artists, inventors, and visionaries before us, we recognize that the first step towards making the impossible possible lies in believing it can be done. The story of individuals who changed the world by simply changing their thoughts served as our beacon, illuminating the path from dreams to reality. Then we delved into the discipline of action. We understood that dreams, no matter how vivid, demand the currency of hard work to be realized. Like Michelangelo, who saw the angel in the marble and carved it until he set him free, we learned that our masterpieces await us, too, demanding nothing but disciplined effort and dedication. Our journey took us through the valleys of failure, a landscape that many fear to tread. Yet, through the tales of those who fell only to rise higher, we discovered that failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of its very fabric. It's in the crucible of setbacks, and our true strength is forged. And as we climbed the peaks, persistence was our constant companion. It whispered in our ears when the winds howled, telling us to take one more step, reminding us of the power of enduring through storms. Like the determined spirits who persisted through rejection, doubt, and hardship, we found that the essence of achieving the impossible lies in never giving up. Now, as we stand on the brink of tomorrow, I call upon you to act as if nothing is impossible. Let the stories of persistence in the face of adversity, the tales of discipline overcoming doubt, and the examples of mindsets shifting realities fuel your journey from this moment on. Start with small steps today towards your most ambitious goals. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but it's the courage to take that step that defines a hero. A simple yet profound truth that has the power to transform the impossible into the inevitable. The only limits that exist are the ones you place upon yourself. As you step out into the world, armed with the knowledge that you are the architect of your destiny, let this truth guide your every decision, your every action. The stories we cherish, the legends we admire, and the tales that inspire us are not of those who accepted the world as it is, but of those who dared to envision it as it could be. They are the stories of individuals who acted as if nothing was impossible. And now it's your turn. Go forth and write your story, not with ink, but with actions. Not on paper, but on the canvas of life. And may your story be a beacon for those who come after you, a testament to the indomitable human spirit that thrives in each of us, waiting for the moment we decide to unleash it. The million-dollar question: what makes some people achieve extraordinary success while others remain stuck in mediocrity? I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not who you know, it's something far more powerful. It's the combination of thinking like a winner and working like an absolute beast. I've spent decades studying success. I've interviewed thousands of high achievers, and I've discovered something remarkable. Every single one of them shares these two critical traits. They think differently from average people, and they work with an intensity that would frighten most people. The beautiful truth about success is that it's available to anyone willing to pay the price. And that price is simple but demanding. You must elevate your thinking to that of a winner and intensify your work ethic to that of a beast. When you combine these two elements, something magical happens. Success becomes not just possible, it becomes inevitable. The exact formula that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Because once you understand how to think like a winner while working like a beast, your entire world will change. Your entire success story begins right here in your mind. Everything you are, everything you have, and everything you will become starts with one crucial element: your mindset, and not just any mindset. I'm talking about the mindset of a true winner. Every person who has ever achieved anything remarkable started exactly where you are right now, but they made one critical decision that changed everything. They decided to think differently. They decided to think like a winner. What does it mean to think like a winner? It means you see opportunities where others see obstacles. It means you see challenges as stepping stones, not roadblocks. Most importantly, it means you understand that success is not something that happens to you. It's something that happens because of you. Your mind is like the most powerful computer ever created, but here's the key difference. You get to program it. Every single thought you think, every word you say to yourself, every image you hold in your mind becomes part of your mental software. Winners understand this. They carefully program their minds for success. If you see yourself as average, you will get average results. If you see yourself as unstoppable, as someone destined for greatness, your results will follow that vision. This is not positive thinking. This is a fundamental law of human psychology. They start their day with absolute clarity about who they are and where they're going. Before their feet hit the floor in the morning, they have already seen themselves succeeding. They've already felt the feeling of achievement. They have already experienced their victory in their minds. This is not about pretending. This is not about fooling yourself. This is about programming your mind with absolute certainty about your ability to achieve anything you set your mind to. Winners don't hope they will succeed. They know they will succeed. The only question is when. Your current results are a perfect reflection of your current self-image. If you want better results, you must upgrade your self-image. You must see yourself as the person you want to become before you become that person. A powerful technique I use every single day. I call it future self-programming. Every morning, I spend 10 minutes seeing myself as the person I'm determined to become. I feel the confidence, I experience the success, I embrace the responsibility that comes with greater achievement. This is not visualization. This is mental rehearsal for success. The difference between winners and average performers is not talent or opportunity. It's their unshakable belief in their ability to succeed. Winners have programmed their minds to expect success. They have trained themselves to see solutions where others see problems. They have conditioned themselves to take action where others hesitate. What a wonderful thing about developing a winner's mindset. You know, it automatically begins to impact how you work. Because when you truly believe in your ability to succeed, when you absolutely know that success is inevitable, something remarkable happens to your work ethic. You start working with an intensity that most people can't even imagine. Thinking like a winner is crucial, but without the work ethic of a beast, it's just wishful thinking. When you combine an unshakable winning mindset with relentless work ethic, you become unstoppable. Most people don't understand this. They think success is about working smart, not hard, but here's the truth. Real success demands both. You must work smart, and you must work with an intensity that would frighten most people. What does it mean to work like a beast? It means doing what others won't do. It means staying at the office when everyone else has gone home. It means waking up at 5 a.m. to work on your goals while your competition is still sleeping. It means pushing through when every fiber of your being is screaming to stop. Your body has a reserve tank of energy that kicks in precisely when your mind is telling you to quit. Most people never tap into this reserve because they listen to that first sign of fatigue. But when you work like a beast, you push through that barrier. That's where the magic happens. That's where champions are made. Extraordinary effort, not about killing yourself every single day. It's about consistency. The beast mode mentality is not about sporadic bursts of energy. It's about showing up every single day, rain or shine, motivated or not, and putting in the work. If you improve just 1% every day, in 1 year, you will be 37 times better. That's the power of consistent daily effort. That's what working like a beast really means. It's not about one heroic day of effort. It's about showing up every single day, ready to give everything you've got. Your comfort zone is your enemy. Every time you feel comfortable, that's a signal that you are not growing. That's why the beast mentality is so powerful. It pushes you to do what's uncomfortable, because that's where growth happens. That's where success is born. Disciplines are not exciting, but they are everything. The beast mentality is about doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like doing it. It's about making your daily disciplines non-negotiable. Most people work until they feel tired. Winners work until the job is done. Most people work until they reach their goal. Winners work until they have exceeded their own expectations. That's the beast mentality. That's what creates extraordinary results. Every single day, you are either building your dream or someone else's. When you work like a beast, you are building your dream with every action, every decision, every moment of effort. There's no middle ground. You are either all in or you are not in at all. What happens when you consistently work with this level of intensity? You build momentum, your results start to compound. Success becomes not just possible, but inevitable, because while others are looking for shortcuts, you are putting in the work. While others are making excuses, you are making progress. Now, something extraordinary happens when you combine a winner's mindset with a beaster's work ethic. It creates what I call the ultimate success multiplier. This is not just 1 + 1 = 2. This is 1 + 1 = 10 = 100 = infinite possibility. When you believe like a winner and work like a beast, you create unstoppable momentum. Your winning mindset feeds your intense work ethic, and your work ethic reinforces your winning mindset. It's a perfect success cycle that builds upon itself every single day. Let me share something powerful with you. I recently spoke with a top performer in sales. Everyone thought she was naturally gifted, but here's what they didn't see. She visualized her success every morning for 30 minutes, programming her mind for victory. Then she made 100 calls every single day without fail, while her competitors averaged just 20. Her mindset drove her work ethic, and her work ethic reinforced her mindset. Last year, she outsold her entire department combined. This is what happens when you align your thinking with your actions. Your confidence grows with every win, pushing you to work even harder. Your increased effort creates better results, which reinforces your winning mindset. It's an upward spiral of success that becomes unstoppable. When you think like a winner, you see opportunities that others miss. When you work like a beast, you have the energy and drive to seize those opportunities. This combination means you are not just working harder. You are working smarter and harder at the same time. I've seen this pattern repeat countless times. Take the entrepreneur who starts his day at 4. Not because he has to, but because his winning mindset demands excellence. He puts in 12 focused hours while maintaining absolute certainty about his success. Within 3 years, his company went from startup to industry leader. Why? Because when you combine unshakable belief with relentless effort, extraordinary becomes inevitable. This synergy creates something remarkable. It makes success automatic. Not easy, but automatic. Because when you think like a winner and work like a beast, failure is not just unlikely, it becomes impossible. The only variable is time. And here's what makes this combination truly powerful. It builds momentum. Each small win fuels your confidence. Each extra hour of focused work strengthens your belief. Before long, you are operating at a level that seems superhuman to others. But it's not superhuman. It's the natural result of aligning your mindset with your work ethic. Pay close attention, because I'm about to show you exactly how to break through every limitation that's been holding you back. I want you to imagine putting your hand against a wall. You feel the resistance, right? Just like that wall, your limitations are solid and real until you realize something powerful. Most of them exist only in your mind. Every single limitation you believe you have falls into one of 2 categories, real or imagined. And here's the shocking truth. 95 what's holding you back exists purely in your thoughts. These are invisible walls you have built yourself brick by brick through years of self-doubt and social conditioning. For years, experts said running a mile in under 4 minutes was physically impossible. They had scientific proof. They had medical evidence. But Bannister didn't just break that record. He shattered a universal belief system. And what happened next within just 1 year? 16 other runners did the same thing. The limitation wasn't physical, it was mental. The moment you decide that your current ceiling is actually your new floor, everything changes. Your mind starts finding ways over, under, around, or through every obstacle in your path. This is not positive thinking. This is the reality of human potential. Most people live their entire lives inside a box built by others. They have been told what's possible, what's realistic, what they should expect from life. But winners take those expectations and use them as stepping stones. Every you can't becomes a personal challenge. Every that's impossible becomes an invitation to prove otherwise. First, you feel resistance. Your mind tells you to stop. Your body might scream at you to quit. Society might tell you you are crazy. This is exactly where most people give up. But this resistance is actually a signal. It's telling you you are on the verge of a breakthrough. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your compass. When you feel uncomfortable, when you feel scared, when you feel uncertain, that's your signal that you are growing. That's your indication that you are breaking through to a new level. Every time you hear yourself say, I can't, immediately add the word yet. The simple word transforms a limitation into a temporary situation. I can't handle that level of responsibility. Becomes I can't handle that level of responsibility yet. Feel the difference. One is a wall, the other is a challenge. Your standards create your life. Most people set their standards based on what they think is possible. Winners set their standards based on what they want to achieve. Then they figure out how to make it possible. This is how you break through every limitation, by refusing to accept current standards as final. Once you break through one ceiling, you realize that all ceilings are breakable. Your confidence grows, your capacity expands. What seemed impossible yesterday becomes your warm-up tomorrow. Understanding how to break through limitations is crucial, but it's not enough. You need a daily battle plan to turn these breakthroughs into consistent progress. You need a systematic approach to making the impossible your new normal. Success is created in the trenches of your daily routine. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to share with you is the exact blueprint that turns ordinary days into extraordinary achievements. Your morning routine is not just about starting your day, it's about setting yourself up for victory. When you open your eyes, you have already won or lost the day. That first hour is sacred, while the rest of the world is hitting the snooze button. You are up at 5 a.m., conquering your day before most people even start theirs. You wake up and immediately make your bed. This is not about tidiness. It's about starting your day with a victory. Next, you spend 20 minutes in complete silence, programming your mind for success. You see yourself achieving your goals. You feel the victory. You own it in your mind before you create it in reality. The morning routine is just the beginning. Throughout your day, you need specific success triggers, habits that keep you in beast mode. Every single hour, you look at your top 3 goals. You ask yourself one critical question. Is what I'm doing right now moving me closer to my goals or further away? Small actions, repeated consistently, create unstoppable momentum. Every time you make a phone call, every time you complete a task, every time you push through when others would quit, you are not just doing work. You are building your success DNA. Here's what separates winners from everyone else. They maintain their intensity throughout the day. Most people start strong and fade. Winners start strong and get stronger. They understand that every minute counts. Every decision matters. Every action adds up. Your evening routine is just as critical as your morning. Winners don't just fall into bed exhausted. They review their day. They ask themselves 3 crucial questions. What did I accomplish? What could I have done better? What will I dominate tomorrow? Most people don't understand about maintaining beast mode. It's not about being hyped up 24/7. It's about consistent, focused intensity. It's about doing the right things at the right time with the right energy day after day. Every single day, you have 40 minutes. How many of those minutes are you using with absolute purpose? How many are you wasting? Winners account for every minute. They understand that time is the only resource you can't get back. Break your day into 15-minute segments. Before each segment, ask yourself, will these next 15 minutes bring me closer to my goals? This simple question keeps you focused. It keeps you in beast mode. It prevents the drift that kills most people's productivity. Your daily battle plan must become non-negotiable. Average people do what's convenient. Winners do what's necessary. They follow their plan regardless of how they feel, regardless of what's happening around them. You develop what I call success momentum. Each day builds on the one before it. Each victory creates the foundation for the next one. Your confidence grows. Your capacity expands. Your results multiply. This level of daily discipline requires something else, something that most people overlook, but that's absolutely critical to your success. It requires building the character of a true winner. Success is not just about what you do, it's about who you become. Character is not something you were born with. It's something you build decision by decision, day by day, moment by moment. Let me tell you what separates champions from everyone else. It's not their skills, it's not their talents, it's their character. Champions understand that everything you are on the outside is a direct reflection of who you are on the inside. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build your character. Every time you do what's right when no one's watching, you strengthen your integrity. Every time you take responsibility instead of making excuses, you forge your leadership. There are no mistakes, only lessons. There are no failures, only feedback. When something goes wrong, they don't waste time blaming others or circumstances. They ask one simple question: what can I do right now to make this better? Integrity is not about being perfect. It's about being whole. When your words match your actions, when your promises match your performance, when your values match your decisions, that's integrity. And integrity is the foundation of all lasting success. True leadership starts with self-leadership. Before you can lead others, you must prove you can lead yourself. This means doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like doing it. It means setting the standard, not following it. Winners understand that character is destiny. Your daily habits create your character, and your character creates your future. Every decision you make is like a vote for the person you are becoming. Are you voting for success or mediocrity? Are you voting for excellence or average? It's not a burden, it's power. When you take 100 responsibility for everything in your life, you take 100 control of your destiny. No more excuses, no more blame, no more waiting for someone else to make things better. Success becomes inevitable, not because it's easy, but because you have become the kind of person who does whatever it takes to succeed. You have built the internal foundation that makes external success automatic. Now, building this kind of character comes with a price. And that's exactly what we need to talk about next. Understanding and being willing to pay the full price of success. Success has a price tag, and it's not on sale. You can't negotiate it. You can't get it on discount. You have to pay the full price. Most people want the rewards of success without understanding the real cost. They see the fancy car, the big house, the financial freedom, but they don't see the countless hours of work. They don't see the missed parties, the early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices. It will cost you something. It will cost you your comfort zone. It will cost you your excuses. It will cost you your old habits. It will cost you your limiting beliefs. Most importantly, it will cost you the person you are now to become the person you need to be. Every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. When you say yes to that early morning workout, you are saying no to extra sleep. When you say yes to working late on your business, you are saying no to watching TV. Winners understand this. They make these trades willingly because they understand the return on investment. Success is not a sprint, it's a marathon. But even that's not quite right. It's a marathon you run at a sprint pace. You have to be willing to sustain your maximum effort, not just for days or weeks, but for years. The returns are exponential. Yes, you pay the price up front. Yes, it's demanding. Yes, it requires everything you have got. But the rewards, they last a lifetime. The person you become in the process, priceless. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to share with you is not just about change. It's about transformation, real, permanent, life-altering transformation, the kind that turns average performers into unstoppable forces of nature. It happens in an instant. The moment you make a real decision, not a wish, not a hope, but a real decision, everything changes. That decision becomes the line in the sand between who you were and who you are becoming. But most people don't understand the transformation process. They try to change their results without changing their identity. That's like trying to grow roses in concrete. It doesn't work. Real transformation starts with one fundamental shift. You must become the person who deserves the success you want. Every single habit you have right now perfectly serves your current identity. If you want new results, you need new habits. But to make those new habits stick, you need a new identity. You need to start seeing yourself as the person who already has the success you want. Your habits shape your identity, and your identity shapes your habits. When you start acting like the person you want to become, those actions become automatic. They become who you are, not just what you do. Small wins stacked daily create unstoppable force. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you build momentum. Every time you push past resistance, you gain speed. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you accelerate. Most people fail at transformation because they try to change too much at once. Winners understand that lasting change comes from small, consistent actions repeated daily. They focus on progress, not perfection. They understand that each small victory builds a foundation for the next one. Your new habits become automatic. Your new identity becomes natural. Your new level of success becomes inevitable. Not because it's easy, but because you have literally become a different person. Someone who couldn't fail at success if they tried. Now pay close attention, because everything we have discussed leads to this final crucial moment. The moment where you must take immediate action. Stand up, Right now, stand up. This is your moment. This is your time. Everything we have talked about today means nothing without this crucial element, action. Look around you. In 5 years, some people in this room will have completely transformed their lives. They will have reached levels of success that right now seem impossible. And you know what will separate them from everyone else. The action they take in this moment, right now. The moment you leave this room, you're going to write down your 3 most important goals. Then you are going to identify one action, just one, that you can take in the next hour toward each goal. Not tomorrow, not next week. In the next hour, remember what we talked about. Thinking like a winner and working like a beast. Starting tomorrow morning, you are going to wake up 1 hour earlier than usual. In that hour, you are going to program your mind for success and take massive action toward your goals while the rest of the world sleeps. Your future is not some distant dream. Your future is created by what you do right now. Every single action you take, starting this moment, is either moving you toward success or away from it. There is no standing still. There is no neutral. I want you to make a commitment right now. Raise your right hand. Now repeat after me. I commit to thinking like a winner and working like a beast. Starting right now, I commit to becoming unstoppable. Starting right now, I commit to excellence in everything I do. 5 years from now, you will surely arrive. The question is, where will you arrive at a destination of your choosing, or will you arrive at a destination by default? The choice you make right now in this moment will determine everything that follows. Remember, success is not an accident. Success is not a lottery ticket. Success is the natural consequence of thinking like a winner and working like a beast. Your time is now. Your moment is here. The future belongs to those who act. Thank you, and remember, greatness is your birthright. Now go claim it through your actions. Today I want to give you the main thing on how to show people about your best side. Let me share with you a story that perfectly captures the essence of what it means to act as if you are unstoppable. Imagine, if you will, a small, seemingly insignificant stream that begins high up in the mountains. This stream encounters countless obstacles on its journey towards the vast ocean. It navigates sharp rocks, steep falls, and tight spaces. Yet it never stops. It persists, adapts, and eventually it becomes a mighty river, unstoppable in its journey to the sea. This story isn't just about water. It's about you and me. It's about the power of self-belief and determination. You see, each of us faces obstacles in our lives, much like the stream. But what makes us unstoppable isn't the absence of obstacles, but our determination to overcome them. Now let me ask you, have you ever felt like giving up when faced with a challenge? We all have. It's human. But here's the thing. The moment you decide not to give up, the moment you choose to believe in yourself, that's when the magic happens. That's when you become unstoppable. Self-belief isn't just about thinking positively. It's about acting with confidence, even when you're not entirely sure of the outcome. It's about showing the world your best side, even when you're still working on it. And most importantly, it's about not waiting for someone to give you permission to be great. Because let's face it, no one will. Remember, the stream didn't become mighty by avoiding obstacles, but by facing them head on. And just like that stream, you have within you the power to overcome anything that stands in your way. As we move forward today, let's keep this in mind. Be like the stream, adapt, persist, and never stop moving towards your goals. Because that, my friends, is how you show the world your best side. There's a profound truth that often goes unnoticed, and it's about the inherent potential that lies within each of us. You see, every person sitting here today, including you, is equipped with an unimaginable capacity to overcome challenges. Yeah, ironically, it's quite common for us to underestimate our abilities, to sell ourselves short. Why do we do this? Because we haven't fully embraced our unstoppable nature. Let's consider the story of the bumblebee. By all aerodynamic laws, the bumblebee should not be able to fly. Its body is too heavy for its wings, and yet the bumblebee flies. Why? Because it doesn't know it can't. This simple, yet powerful anecdote serves as a metaphor for human potential. Just like the bumblebee, we are often unaware of our true capabilities until we are compelled to act, until we face a challenge that requires us to tap into our innate strengths. Think about this for a moment. How often have you faced a situation that seemed insurmountable only to find out that you had the strength to overcome it? It happens more often than we acknowledge. Statistics show that when faced with adversity, individuals who tap into their resilience, not only overcome the challenges but also emerge stronger. It's reported that people who have faced and conquered adversity exhibit higher levels of self-confidence and determination. Now, let me share with you the story of Michael. Michael was an average student, often overlooked by his teachers and peers. He dreamt of becoming a scientist, but almost everyone around him doubted his capabilities. Michael had a burning passion and an unyielding belief in his dream. He spent countless hours studying, experimenting, and learning beyond the curriculum. Years later, Michael became one of the most influential scientists of his time. His discoveries have changed the way we understand the world. Michael's journey from an average student to a world-renowned scientist underscores a critical lesson. We often underestimate our potential until we push beyond our perceived limits. So why do we underestimate ourselves? The answer lies in our hesitation to step out of our comfort zones, to challenge the status quo. We fear failure, ridicule, and rejection. But here's the thing. Every successful person you admire, every hero you look up to, has faced and overcome similar fears. They weren't born with an extraordinary ability to succeed. They simply chose to believe in their potential and acted upon it. Let's engage in a little exercise. Think of a goal you've long held but have hesitated to pursue. Now ask yourself, what's holding you back? Is it fear? Is it a lack of belief in your own abilities? Imagine for a moment that you've already achieved this goal. Feel the sense of accomplishment, the pride and the joy. This exercise isn't just a fanciful daydream. It's a powerful tool to remind you of your inherent potential, your unstoppable nature. To fully embrace your unstoppable nature, you must first recognize that the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. Remember the story of the bumblebee, and like Michael, choose to pursue your dreams with relentless determination. It's time to stop underestimating yourself. It's time to acknowledge and embrace the vast reservoir of potential that lies within you. I'm here to share insights and strategies on a concept that, when embraced, can transform your path to success. The power of positive thinking. Now, this isn't just about seeing the glass as half full. It's about recognizing that the lens through which you view your world shapes your reality, your actions, and ultimately your success. Let's embark on a little exploration of mindset. Picture two individuals, both faced with identical challenges. One sees these challenges as barriers, insurmountable and daunting. The other views them as opportunities, stepping stones to learning and growth. What differentiates these two? Their mindset. It's the cornerstone upon which success is built. A positive mindset sees potential. A negative one sees. Now, how do we cultivate this transformative mindset? The journey begins with visualization. It's a tool not just for dreamers, but for achievers. Visualization is about seeing your goals as already accomplished, feeling the success, the achievements, and it's about creating a mental image so vivid that your mind starts to work towards making it a reality. Athletes use it to picture themselves crossing the finish line. Business leaders use it to envision successful outcomes. Start by visualizing your goals daily. Feel the success, immerse yourself in it, and you'll start to move towards it. But visualization is just one piece of the puzzle. Let's talk about affirmations. Affirmations are positive, empowering statements that, when repeated, can reprogram your subconscious mind. They reinforce your visualization. Begin your day with affirmations like, I am capable of achieving my goals, or I approach challenges with strength and wisdom. Speak them, believe them, and watch how they transform your attitude and actions. Consider this: how often do we limit ourselves with self-doubt and negativity? More often than you might think. It's like having an internal dialogue that constantly undermines our efforts. Changing that dialogue is key. Start with your affirmations and visualizations, but don't stop there. Another practical tip is to practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. It's about appreciating the small wins, the lessons learned from failures, and the simple joys. Keep a gratitude journal. Every night, write down 3 things you were grateful for that day. It could be as simple as a conversation that uplifted you or a problem you solved. This practice can significantly shift your perspective, fostering a more positive outlook. Let me share a story that brings this to life. Sarah, a young entrepreneur, was on the brink of giving up her startup dream due to continuous setbacks. She started to implement these techniques, visualizing her successful business, each morning repeating affirmations that she was capable and strong, and ending her day with gratitude for even the smallest progress. Slowly, her perspective changed. Challenges became less daunting, solutions more apparent. Today, her startup is not just surviving, it's thriving. Sarah's story is a testament to the power of a positive mindset fueled by visualization, affirmations, and gratitude. Remember, adopting a positive mindset isn't about ignoring reality or pretending problems don't exist. It's about choosing to focus on solutions, growth, and progress. It's about reminding yourself that you have the strength to overcome obstacles and the resilience to bounce back from setbacks. Visualize your success clearly, affirm your abilities, and cultivate gratitude for your journey. These are not the only ways to achieve professional success. They are tools to improve your life. One of the most critical steps we can take is setting clear and ambitious goals. Goals serve as the roadmap to our desired destination, guiding us through the twists and turns of our path to success. Without clear goals, we're like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly in an ocean of possibilities, susceptible to the currents of circumstance and change. But with them, we have a direction, a purpose, and a measure of progress. Now let's dive into the process of setting effective and motivational goals. The first step is to dream big. Allow yourself to envision the grandest possibilities for your life. Think about what you truly desire, not what others expect of you, not what seems realistic by conventional standards, but what ignites a fire in your heart. Remember, the most successful people in the world didn't achieve greatness by thinking small. However, dreaming big isn't enough. Our dreams must be transformed into actionable goals. This is where the principle of specificity comes into play. A goal must be clear and well-defined. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, specify what success looks like to you. Does it mean owning a business, publishing a book, or becoming financially independent? The more specific your goal, the clearer the path to achieving it. But specificity alone isn't the key to effective goal setting. Your goals must also be measurable. You need to know without a shadow of a doubt when you have achieved them. If your goal is to become financially independent, define what that means. Is it having a certain amount in savings, generating a specific passive income, or being debt-free? Measurable goals allow you to track your progress and stay motivated. Let me share a story that beautifully illustrates the power of setting specific, measurable goals. John was a middle-aged man working a job he didn't love, dreaming of starting his own business. His dream remained just that, a dream until he decided to set a clear goal. He said, by the end of this year, I will have launched my own online store specializing in handmade crafts and generate at least $5,000 in sales. This specific, measurable goal transformed John's dream into a concrete plan of action. He knew exactly what he needed to do and by when. Fast forward to the end of the year, not only had John launched his online store, but he had also exceeded his sales target. Now, setting goals is one thing, but achieving them is another. This is where the importance of writing down your goals comes into play. There's something incredibly powerful about putting pen to paper. It makes your goals real, tangible, and harder to ignore. Write down your goals and place them where you can see them every day. This constant visual reminder will keep you focused and motivated. But even the best laid plans can go awry without deadlines. Deadlines are the engine behind your goals, propelling you forward with a sense of urgency. They help you prioritize, manage your time effectively, and maintain momentum. Set realistic deadlines for your goals and hold yourself accountable. Accountability leads us to the next crucial aspect of goal setting: action plans. For each goal, develop a step-by-step plan outlining what needs to be done, by when, and by whom if you're working with a team. Break your goals down into smaller, manageable tasks and tackle them one at a time. Celebrate each small victory along the way. It will fuel your motivation to keep going. Let me remind you of the significance of flexibility in goal setting. While it's essential to be committed to your goals, it's equally important to be adaptable. Life is unpredictable and circumstances change. Be prepared to adjust your goals and action plans as needed. Flexibility doesn't mean giving up on your goals. It means being resilient and resourceful in the face of challenges. Building unstoppable confidence is akin to constructing a majestic bridge. Just as a bridge requires a solid foundation, precise engineering, and the right materials to withstand the forces of nature, building confidence requires a foundation of self-belief, strategic actions, and the reinforcement of positive experience. The relationship between confidence and action is symbiotic. Confidence inspires action, and action, in turn, fuels confidence. Consider for a moment the act of learning to ride a bike. Initially, there's hesitation, a lack of belief in one's ability to stay upright. However, with each pedal stroke, with each moment that balance is maintained, confidence begins to swell. It doesn't emerge out of thin air. It's built through the action of riding, through the small wins of not falling, and ultimately in the triumphant moment when riding becomes second nature. This illustrates a fundamental truth. Action is not just the result of confidence, but also its most significant builder. So how do we translate this understanding into building unstoppable confidence in our lives? Let's delve into strategies that can guide us on this journey. Firstly, embrace the power of small wins. Confidence is not built overnight, nor does it result from a single grand achievement. It's cultivated through the accumulation of small victories. Set yourself small, achievable goals. It could be as simple as completing a task you've been postponing or making a phone call you've been dreading. Each small win acts as a brick in the edifice of your confidence, reinforcing the belief in your capabilities. Skill development plays a crucial role in this process. Every new skill acquired is a boost to your confidence. It's evidence of your capacity to learn, adapt, and grow. Therefore, commit to lifelong learning. Identify skills that will enhance your personal or professional life and dedicate time to mastering them. The process of learning itself, with its ups and downs, challenges and triumphs, is a fertile ground for confidence building. Positive reinforcement is another crucial element. It's essential to recognize and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Self-recognition is a powerful form of positive reinforcement that validates your efforts and achievements. Additionally, surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. Their support can act as a mirror reflecting your strengths and victories, often when you're most in need of seeing them. Now, allow me to share a story that encapsulates these principles. Maria, once timid public speaker, dreamt of captivating audiences with her words. Her journey began with small steps. She started by speaking to small groups, celebrating each presentation where she felt more comfortable. Each question she answered with more assurance. She invested time in developing her skills, attending workshops, and practicing tirelessly. With each small win, her confidence grew. Positive feedback from her peers served as reinforcement, encouraging her to take on bigger stages. Today, Maria is a sought-after speaker, known for her engaging and confident presentations. Her story is a testament to the power of building confidence through action, skill development, and positive reinforcement. We often encounter formidable adversaries, not in the form of external obstacles, but as internal ones, fear and doubt. These mental barriers can be more challenging to overcome than any physical hurdle. Yet confronting and overcoming them is crucial for progress. Let's delve into these common fears and doubts. There's the fear of failure, which paralyzes action and breeds procrastination. There's the fear of rejection, which stifles our desire to try to reach out and to connect. And then there's the fear of the unknown, a vast nebulous apprehension that clouds our vision and blunts our ambition. Coupled with these fears are doubts about our abilities, our worth, and our potential to achieve what we set out to do. Now, how do we confront these fears and doubts? How do we dismantle these mental barriers? The first step is acknowledgement. Recognize that fear and doubt are natural emotions. They're part of the human experience, signaling not our inadequacy, but our growth. Acknowledgement without judgment allows us to address these emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Once we've acknowledged our fears and doubts, the next step is to challenge them. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have that supports this fear or doubt? More often than not, you'll find the evidence lacking. For every fear of failure, remind yourself of the times you've succeeded or when failure led to unexpected opportunities. For every doubt about your abilities, recount the challenges you've overcome and the skills you've mastered. Challenge these negative beliefs with positive affirmations and evidence of your competence and worth. But challenging fear and doubt mentally isn't enough. We must also confront them through action. Action is both the antidote to fear and the remedy for doubt. Start small, take one step towards your goal, however modest. Each action you take builds momentum, and with momentum comes confidence. Remember, fear and doubt thrive in inaction. They lose their power when confronted with determined effort. Let me share a story that embodies this principle. Emily, talented artist, harbored dreams of showcasing her work, but was crippled by the fear of rejection. The thought of others not appreciating her art held her back for years. One day, she decided to confront this fear head-on. She started by sharing her artwork online, a small step that required overcoming a mountain of doubt. The positive feedback she received was overwhelming, not just in praise, but in constructive criticism, which she used to refine her craft. Emily's small step of action led to her first gallery exhibition. Her journey from paralyzing fear to triumphant exhibition underscores a powerful truth. Confronting fear with action leads to growth and success. Another effective strategy in overcoming fear and doubt is to build a support network. Surround yourself with individuals who believe in you, who encourage you, and who can provide a different perspective on your fears and doubts. Sometimes the reassurance we need can't come from within. It needs to be echoed by those we trust and respect. Visualization also plays a crucial role in overcoming mental barriers. Visualize yourself succeeding, achieving your goals, and conquering your fears. This mental rehearsal prepares you psychologically, reinforcing your belief in your ability to succeed. Persistence is the thread that binds ambition to achievement, desire to realization. Today, I want to delve into the quintessential virtue that has been the cornerstone of every great achievement. It's the relentless pursuit of your goals, the unwavering commitment to your dreams, despite the multitude of setbacks and failures that inevitably dot the path to success. Let's reflect on the stories of individuals who, through sheer persistence, have etched their names in the annals of history. Consider the journey of Thomas Edison, whose name has become synonymous with innovation and persistence. Edison faced a staggering 10,000 failed attempts before he successfully created the electric light bulb. When asked about his failures, Edison famously remarked, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His story is a powerful reminder that success often follows countless attempts and failures, each one a stepping stone towards achievement. Another emblem of persistence is J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Rowling faced rejection from 12 publishing houses before Bloomsbury finally accepted her manuscript. At the time, she was a single mother living on welfare, struggling to make ends meet. Yet she persisted, fueled by belief in her story and its potential to captivate readers. Today, Harry Potter is a global phenomenon, inspiring millions of readers and aspiring writers worldwide. Rowling's journey underscores the importance of perseverance in the face of rejection and the value of steadfast belief in one's work. But persistence is not just about monumental achievements. It's also about the small, everyday acts of determination. Consider the story of Michael, a young man with a passion for running. Michael was not the fastest in his team, nor the most naturally gifted. However, what set him apart was his persistence. Day after day, he trained, pushing himself to his limits, learning from each race, each setback. Over time, his persistence paid off. He didn't become an Olympic athlete, but he achieved his personal bests, and most importantly, realized his potential. Michael's story is a testament to the power of persistence in personal growth and the pursuit of personal goals. The value of perseverance in the face of setbacks and failures cannot be overstated. Each setback, each failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to come back stronger. It's the resilience to keep going when everything seems to be against you. But how do we cultivate such persistence? Firstly, it's essential to have a clear vision of what you're working towards. A well-defined goal serves as a beacon guiding you through to the toughest times. Secondly, break down your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Celebrate each small victory, each step forward, as these are the milestones that pave the path to success. And thirdly, surround yourself with a support system. People who believe in you, encourage you, and remind you of your goals when your resolve wanes. Persistence is the silent warrior in the battle for success. It's the force that propels you forward when the odds are stacked against you. It's the inner strength that turns dreams into realities. Embrace persistence with open arms. Let us commit to our goals with renewed vigor, undeterred by the inevitable challenges that lie ahead. For in the words of Calvin Coolidge, nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. Setbacks and failures are not merely chapters of despair, but pivotal moments of learning and enlightenment. Every setback, every failure harbors the potential to be a profound learning opportunity, catalyst for introspection, adaptation, and eventual triumph. Let's delve into understanding how these moments, often perceived as negative, are in fact invaluable lessons in disguise, and how we can analyze and learn from these experiences to navigate future obstacles more adeptly. Imagine for a moment the process of learning to walk. As infants, we didn't understand the concept of failure as we do now. Each fall was merely a part of the process, not a final judgment on our ability to walk. With each tumble, we learned something new about balance, about effort, and about perseverance. This natural inclination to learn from setbacks is something we tend to lose as we grow older, overshadowed by our fear of failure. Yet it's this very process, this cycle of trying, failing, learning, and trying again, that drives true progress. Consider the story of a pioneering entrepreneur whose journey was fraught with failures. Each venture seemed promising at the outset, but eventually crumbled due to various unforeseen challenges. However, instead of viewing these failures as the end of the road, the entrepreneur approached them as learning opportunities. She meticulously analyzed each setback, identifying specific areas for improvement, be it in market research, product development, or customer engagement. These insights became the foundation upon which she built her subsequent ventures, each more successful than the last. Her story exemplifies the transformative power of embracing setbacks as stepping stones towards success. How then can we cultivate this mindset? How do we ensure that we not only endure setbacks, but emerge from them enriched and better equipped for the future? First and foremost, it's crucial to detach our self-worth from our failures. Setback in a project, a missed opportunity, or a venture gone awry does not diminish our value as individuals or professionals. By maintaining this perspective, we free ourselves to objectively analyze the situation without the cloud of personal defeat. Once we've established this detachment, the next step is to conduct a thorough postmortem of the setback. This involves asking hard questions. What went wrong? Were there warning signs that were ignored? What could have been done differently? This process requires honesty and often the input of trusted colleagues or mentors who can offer unbiased perspectives. Equally important is the identification of lessons learned. Every setback teaches us something about the market, about our strategies, about ourselves. It's these lessons that should be the focus, distilled into actionable insights that can guide future decisions and strategies. Documenting these experiences and their resultant lessons creates a personal playbook of sorts, a repository of knowledge that can be referred to when faced with similar challenges in the future. This documentation process solidifies the learning and makes it accessible not just to ourselves, but to our teams and peers. Let me share another story that highlights the practical application of these principles. A young scientist spent years researching a novel drug only to find it ineffective in clinical trials. A devastating setback. However, instead of discarding his work, he analyzed his research to understand why the drug failed. This analysis revealed a flaw in the initial hypothesis that, when addressed, led to the development of a different, highly effective treatment. His ability to learn from setbacks not only led to a significant breakthrough, but also advanced the field of medicine. The importance of surrounding ourselves with the right people cannot be overstated. The relationships we cultivate and the networks we build have a profound influence on our journey towards our goals. They can either propel us forward with encouragement and inspiration, or hold us back with negativity and doubt. Consider for a moment the analogy of a gardener tending to a garden. Just as the gardener carefully selects plants that will flourish together, fostering a supportive and nurturing environment, we too must be selective about the people we choose to spend our time with. These individuals, our mentors, peers, and partners, form the ecosystem of our personal and professional lives. They influence our thoughts, actions, and ultimately our success. Finding mentors who have walked the path before us is crucial. A mentor is not just a guide. They are a beacon of wisdom gained through experience, a sounding board for our ideas, and sometimes a voice of reason when we're veering off course. But how do you find such mentors? Start by identifying individuals you admire within your field or area of interest. Reach out to them with genuine curiosity and respect for their expertise. Remember, mentorship is a two-way street. It's about building a relationship, not just seeking advice. Equally important is surrounding ourselves with peers who share our aspirations and values. These are the people who understand our struggles and triumphs because they are on similar journeys. They provide a sense of camaraderie and mutual support that is invaluable. To find such peers, immerse yourself in communities and networks relevant to your goals. Attend workshops, join clubs, or participate in online forums. Engage actively and contribute to these communities. Over time, you'll find individuals with whom you resonate. Partners play a pivotal role as well. Whether they are business partners, collaborators on a project, or life partners, having someone who shares your vision and complements your strengths can amplify your efforts. Finding the right partners requires clarity about your own goals and values, as well as open communication about expectations and boundaries. Look for individuals whose skills and perspectives enhance your own and who view challenges as opportunities for growth. Now let me share a story that brings this concept to life. Sarah and Alex met at a conference, both young entrepreneurs with a passion for sustainable technology. They discovered a shared vision for creating eco-friendly products. Initially, they collaborated on small projects, leveraging each other's strengths. Sarah's creativity combined with Alex's technical expertise led to innovations neither could have achieved alone. Their partnership, built on mutual respect and shared values, eventually resulted in the launch of a successful startup. Their story exemplifies how the right partner can turn a vision to reality. To foster these relationships, it's essential to be proactive. Attend events, reach out for coffee meetings, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Be genuine in your interactions and show appreciation for the guidance and support you receive. Remember, building meaningful relationships takes time and effort. In what I hope will be a period of unparalleled success for everyone. Take a moment to reflect on what it means to embark on an unstoppable journey toward your purpose. Along with our settlement, we have studied the test of developing positive thinking, setting clear and ambitious goals, building unwavering confidence, learning from failures, and surrounding yourself with the right people. Each of these elements forms the foundation stone upon which the unstoppable spirit rests. Remember, the power of positive thinking is not just an idealistic notion, but a practical strategy for navigating life's challenges. It's about seeing opportunities where others see obstacles, about transforming fear into action. Setting clear and ambitious goals gives us direction, acting as our North Star in the pursuit of success. And in building confidence, remember that each small win, each mastered skill, and each word of encouragement propels us further along our path. We've also discussed the invaluable lessons hidden within setbacks and failures. These moments, though often difficult, are ripe with insights that can steer us away from future pitfalls and towards greater successes. And let's not forget the pivotal role of our relationships and networks in influencing our journey. The mentors who guide us, the peers who walk beside us, and the partners who share our vision can amplify our efforts and help us achieve heights we might not reach alone. Now, as we prepare to part ways, I urge you not to let the inspiration and determination you feel at this moment fade into the background noise of daily life. Start today, take immediate action towards your goals, no matter how small that first step might be. Whether it's drafting a plan, reaching out to a potential mentor, or simply deciding to view a recent setback as a learning opportunity, act with the knowledge that you are capable of overcoming any obstacle that stands in your way. Act as if you are unstoppable, not because you lack fear or doubt, but because you choose to move forward in spite of them. Embrace the challenges and uncertainties with courage, knowing that each step forward, no matter how tentative, is a step towards realizing your dreams. Carry with you the belief in your unbreakable soul, in the power to shape your own destiny. Let stories, strategies, and insights together become tools in your arsenal as you move forward on your unstoppable journey. Remember, the only limits are the ones you place on yourself. Break free from these barriers and step into a world of endless possibilities. Get out there and show the world the power of an unstoppable spirit. Start today, because there's no better time to become the architect of your own destiny. Thank you, and remember, you are unstoppable.